Hi everyone, and welcome to Star Atlas today, your biggest news source for anything that is Star Atlas related. So yesterday I made a video about liquidity pools and the risks you get with liquidity pools, and someone asked me, well, is there an option to stake the Polis or the Atlas tokens? So that's what I want to cover today. What are the options that you have if you have Polis and Atlas tokens? In the economic paper, it was revealed that you could get some Polis tokens if you stake them in the DAO. But as we know, this is not a feature that is available at the moment. Neither is there any possibility to stake the Atlas token in-game or anywhere else. So the other options that you all have is staking these tokens inside of the Radium pools. I covered this yesterday. If you want to have more details about the risks for that, you can go check out my video from yesterday. Now, the other option is just lending these tokens in the market. So this is something that is very common in the crypto market. And one of these platforms is solfarm.io, where you can lend different tokens. But since Atlas and Polis was launched, you can lend these. For Atlas, you get at the moment 18.55%, and for the Polis token, you get 50.49%. Now, this varies a lot during the day, and it all depends on this column, which is the utilization percentage. So as soon as the utilization increases, you'll have your interest rate which increases as well. And when this reaches 95%, basically the platform stops borrowing and the interest rate is sort of at its maximum level. If you have other tokens like Sol or Ray, you can also stake them or lend them on this platform as well. Now, this platform also offers what is called leveraged farming. This is the same thing as a liquidity pool, although it's leveraged. You can choose 3 times, 2 times, whatever your risk profile is. If you're not familiar with liquidity pools and the risks for that, I would not even touch this. I mean, you can really get liquidated and lose all of your money quite quickly if you're using these. Basically, what this does is it borrows one of the 2 tokens in order for you to increase your leveraged positioning into these liquidity pools. And you're going to be long in one of the 2 and you're going to be short in the other one. So if one of the token appreciates and the other one decreases, and it's not in the direction where you're long and short, you can quickly lose all of your money. And if you hit a certain threshold, it will liquidate your position and you're probably going to lose a lot of money. So I wouldn't advise anyone to look into this unless you really know what you're doing and you're really ready to take on these risks. Another platform that you can use is Mango Markets. Now, they don't have the Polis and the Atlas token, but they do have borrowing and lending for the USDC and for the Sol, which is coins that we often use in any case. And you can see the average deposit rates for all of them. So if you have some USDC that you're putting on the side, just waiting to put it into one of the NFT drops that Star Atlas is come with, well, this is a nice way to park it overnight or for a couple of days, just waiting for you to get into the action. You have to remember that all these platforms are sort of in beta mode. Everything that's on Solana is in beta mode, so there are risks associated with it. If you feel more comfortable leaving your money on a centralized exchange like FTX, then obviously you can get a nice return on USDC on FTX. This varies as well. So sometimes you're going to get 3%, sometimes you're going to get 50% interest rate. It really depends on the market. And there's a platform called FTX Blockfolio. You can find the app on your phone, and on this app, you can get 8% for Polis, for Atlas, for USDC, for Sol, for Ray, for any token, basically up to $10,000. You can put it on this platform and you'll get 8% in interest. So this is quite a nice thing if you don't want to take on the risks of leaving it on the Solana platform. And just regarding other tokens, Radium is one that you've probably used to get into the token generation event. That is one token that you can stake. You get 29.48%. And also if you've staked it for more than 30 days, you get more ticket allocations in the accelerator. So when they're issuing new tokens, then you get a bigger number of tickets. So that could be something that's interesting. As for Solana, I won't go much into details for that, but you can also lend it on these platforms, and you can also stake it through your Phantom wallet, or if you have a Soulflower wallet, there's also a way to stake these. You'll probably get around 7.5%. If you're on FTX, you can also stake them directly on FTX, but you'll only get 6%, which is still okay if you compare with what Phantom is giving you. But I think the most lucrative is probably, it really depends, but sometimes it gets higher, and now it's at 4%, but it gets higher. But the most lucrative is probably the liquidity pools. If you're using Radium, then the Sol Ray gives you 66%, but obviously you need to understand the risks associated with liquidity pools. And if you're not willing to bear these risks, then lending is your other option. And just to finish off, a quick update on what's been happening in Star Atlas. So we've seen the Polis and the Atlas token falling a little bit. That's normal. It's related to the markets. There's been a bit of a weakness in recent days. We've also seen the price of most of the ships decrease as well. So if you were waiting to buy one of these and waiting for a better price, now is maybe a good time if you wanted to get in on those Visas Opod or maybe the Ogrica. And we also had a tweet comment from Star Atlas coming where they showed this new ship. We don't know what it is. It's a work in progress. It's hard to gauge the size of this ship and from which faction it comes from. It could be Ooster. I'm thinking it looks very similar to the Visas Opod look. If we look at the galactic brochure, maybe, I'm not sure of the size, but maybe it's a Visas Ambui, and if it's one of the larger ones, then I'm guessing maybe the Fimble Grenadier could be a large bomber. But we'll see. Maybe it comes this week as an NFT drop. That would be very exciting. So I'll keep you guys posted on all the developments, and if you have any comments, leave them in the commentary section. And until then, I wish you all a good day and see you soon.